Hello and a very warm welcome. Thank you, Pranavi, for joining in. We are reading highly spiritual book, I would say, The Power of Intention. Um, when I ordered this book, I never thought that this is what intention is. For me, it was the intention, the intent that we set for ourselves every single day, and I thought that it is going to teach something around that. But
Mm-hmm.
as we are, going through the chapters and into every single page, it's proving to be even more beautiful and really like heart robbing for me as well. uh,
Yes, Karishma.
Last night only, I recommended somebody from my spiritual group to read
Mm-hmm.
this book, and she told me ki, what is it that you read that made you sit in meditation. And
Lovely.
I shared the five things that was given at the end of chapter 1, uh,
Mm-hmm.
five suggestions for implementing the ideas. And then I told her it is not always what you're reading, it is also what you're contemplating at that point of time.
Yes,
What your
yes.
perspective is in which energy you get into while talking about that topic.
Sure.
And after sharing the five these I took a screenshot and I shared with her, and I also shared what we spoke about, the examples we shared in this room.
Beautiful.
And she was like, oh, wow.
Lovely.
But the only problem with her is that she cannot join us at this hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Well, it's not feasible for everyone, no, Karishma. The timing part, it's like
yeah. So she was very happy to hear that, because she is like a really elder one. She's
mm-hmm.
my mom's friend. And
Oh.
just saw that I'm doing something around book reading club. And she was
Mhm.
asking my mom again and again, kya kar rahi hai, kya kar rahi hai, kya kar rahi hai? Because she also loves reading books. And
Acha.
mom, I was telling this to my mom, and my mom told me, auntie ko bhi bhej do तुम. So I
Mm-hmm.
sent her the PDF of the book, and she was asking, what is it that you liked about it? Your mom was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's
Few
how.
things can't be explainable, Karishma. Me, though, at times I don't seriously have words to express few things. I mean, it's not about the framing of the questions, but how to, take out that essence and put it in words. At times it will be so difficult because some spiritual books are in depth. Like you can't tell like what you have experienced over there. So yeah.
Chalo. So
Yeah.
today we are diving into, yesterday we spoke about the four phases. That
Yes.
was, phase number 1 was creativity, phase number 2 was kindness, then came love, and then came the beauty. Today
Yes.
we are going to talk about the next three parts of the book, parts of this phases of
There. Yeah.
intention. Let me
Yeah.
quickly start sharing the screen so that we can read it together.
I have Kindle right in front of me, so I don't really need to
All right.
squeeze my eyes and look into the screen
Oh,
as such.
wonderful, wonderful. So, the just in case somebody or else joins in the middle, they should also have that.
True, true. It should be, yes.
So, point number 5 is the phase of expansion. The elemental nature of life is to increase and seek more and more expression. If we could sharply focus on the phase of intention, we would be startled. I imagine that one of the phases we would see in the continuously expanding expression of the power of intention. The nature of this creative spirit is always operating so as to expand. Spirit is a forming power. It has the principle to increase, meaning that life continues to expand towards more life. Life, as we know, it originates from formless intention. Therefore, one of the phases of intention looks like something that's eternally evolving. It might look like a tiny speck in a continuous state of duplicating itself and then enlarging itself and then moving forward, all the while continuing its expansion and expression. This is precisely what's happening in our physical world. The fifth phase of intention takes the form of what is expressing it. It can be no other way, for if this is ever expanding force disliked itself or felt unconnected, it could only destroy itself. But if it doesn't work that way, the power of intention manifests as an expression of expanding creativity, kindness, love, and beauty. By establishing your personal relations to this phase of intention, you expand your life through the power of intention, which was, is, and always will be a component of the originating intention. The power of intention is the power to expand and increase all aspects of your life, no exceptions. It's the nature of intention to be in a state of increased expression, so it's true for you too. The only proviso to this forward movement of intention is to cooperate with it everywhere and allow the spirit to increase, to express itself through you and for everyone you encounter. Then you will have no worry or anxiety. Trust the phase of expansion and do what you do because you are loving what you do and doing what you love. Know that expansive, beneficial results are the only possibilities. When we talk about love, when we talk about kindness, when we talk about beauty, the first circle we see the all these attributes is in our family.
Yes.
Once we start seeing everybody in the family, beautiful, love, kindness starts happening there, we move our circle to our relatives. When we start loving, being kind and everything towards them, uske baad the circle expands to our neighborhood, society, city, country, world, universe.
Yes.
And it has the power of that much of expansion. How come we can just, and today only while I was, playing badminton with my daughter, she by mistake hits the, this plant. And she, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, that is the kind of kindness we need. हमारे को पता चल रहा है क्या कि प्लांट को दर्द हुआ कि नहीं?
True.
But we feel it.
Yes, yes.
That is the kind of kindness, that is the kind of love, that is the kind we need to become. Because when we start seeing that speck, I would again say, in each
Yes.
everything, we will be so much more kinder to each and everything. How we drop the pen and we pick it up and keep it. Acha, theek hai. We never feel bad about it, do we?
No.
How about, how we say that start becoming grateful for every single thing that you have around you? Why are we being grateful for the electricity? Why are we becoming grateful towards the internet? Why? Because the basic idea behind it is start seeing the creativity of the universal powers into every single thing. That is the deeper idea. Why we say, क्योंकि तुम्हारे को सर्व तो कर रहा है ना किसी तरीके से. And then we say, इसीलिए gratitude करना है because it is serving you. Now tell me if this something I have kept at the corner of my house that is not serving me, is it that it is actually not serving me? It is there for some purpose for sure.
Yeah, in its own way.
So why not be grateful for that? And while we are becoming grateful, we are increasing that love, that awareness, that kindness in our own self.
Yes.
And that is how it expands. अभी हम ह्यूमंस को देख रहे हैं. ह्यूमन बींग्स की तरफ काइंड होने के बाद हमारे को एक एक प्लांट में दिखना शुरू होगा. प्लांट के बाद हमारे को अदर थिंग्स स्टार्ट शोइंग अप कि ओ वाओ ब्यूटीफुल बर्ड दिस दैट एक्सेट्रा आई डोंट नो व्हाट एंड देन द मटेरियलिस्टिक थिंग्स एज वेल.
Yes. Very nice explanation, Karishma. True.
Point number 6 is the phase of unlimited abundance. The sixth phase of intention is an expression of something that has no boundaries, is everywhere at once, and is endlessly abundant. It's not just huge. Are you saying something, Pranavi?
No, no.
It's not just huge, it never stops. This marvelous gift of abundance is what you were created from. Thus, you too share this in the expression of your life. You are actually fulfilling the law of abundance. These gifts are given freely and fully to you, just as the air, the sun, the water, and the atmosphere are provided in unlimited abundance for you. From the time of your earliest memories, you probably were taught to think in terms of limitations. My property starts here, yours over there. So we built fences to mark our boundaries. But ancient explorers gave us an awareness of the world as potentially endless. Even more ancient astronomers pushed back our beliefs about an immense dome-shaped ceiling covering the Earth. We have learned about galaxies that are measured in the distance light travels in a year. Science books that are only 2 years old are outdated. Aesthetic records that supposedly demonstrated the limits of our physical powers, prowess, are shattered by amazing regularity. What all this means is that there are no limits to our potential as people, as collective entities, and as individuals. This is largely true because we emanate from the unlimited abundance of intention. In the face of the power of an intention is unlimited abundance, then we can know that our potential for manifestation and attracting anything into our lives is the same. The face of abundance has absolutely no limits. Imagine the vastness of the resources from which all objects are created. Then consider the one resource that stands above all others. This would be your mind and the collective mind of humankind. Where does your mind begin and end? What are its boundaries? Where is it located? Most important, where is it not located? Is it born with you or is it present before your conception? Does it die with you? What color is it? What shape? The answers are in the phrase unlimited abundance. You were created from this very same unlimited abundance. The power of intention is everywhere. It is what allows everything to manifest, to increase, and to supply infinitely. Know that you are connected to this life force and that you share it with everyone and all that you perceive to be missing. Open to the expression of the face of unlimited abundance, and you will be co-creating your life as you would like it to be. As is so often true, the poets can express in a few short words that seem so difficult for us to grasp. Here is Walt Whitman speaking to us in the Song of Myself. As you read these lines, substitute the face of endless abundance for God to gain a flavor of what the power of intention is. I hear and behold God in every object. yet understand God not in the least. I see something of God each hour of 24 hours and each moment then. In the faces of men and women, I see God. And in my own face is the glass. In the glass, I find letters from God dropped in the streets, and everyone is signed by God's name. And I lead them where they are, for I know that wheresoever I'll go, others will punctually come forever and ever. You don't have to have an intellectual understanding. It's enough to silently know and proceed to live with your awareness of this phase of endless abundance. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? How
Yes.
BK Shivani,
Mm-hmm.
whenever she gets you into meditation, she
Mm-hmm.
always tells you that to remind yourself that I am an abundant child of the abundant universe, abundant God.
Mm-hmm.
And if we understand that, we would not have any fears, any resistances, anything, because we would. So, if you are a daughter of a king, will you resist to anything? Will you be fearful for anything? No, you will be like, Hatto samne se, this is mine.
True.
You won't be scared of anybody. You will be in your own power.
Yes.
Just imagine, अगर एक राजा की बेटी रह सकती है, we, as all human beings, are the child of God.
Yeah.
What powers can we have? We just don't tap. We do not tap into, that energy for us to experience the potential that a human being has. Normally speaking, when we say that somebody has manifested this, manifested that, in fact, to be true and honest, every single moment that we are living in right now is being manifested by us only. Why? Because in certain point in time, we had thought about it and it is given socially. So राजा की बेटी हो, जो बोलोगे वो मिलेगा, जो सोचोगे वो भी मिलेगा. You keep a hand on a thing and you will be given that. अब आपको नहीं पता ना आपने वो चीज किस स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में, किस इमोशन में आकर बोली थी. अगर राजा की बेटी बोलती है बड़ी उदास होकर मेरे को तो वो वाली डॉल चाहिए ही है, तो राजा इज गोइंग टू गिव after some time, even if it is after some time. And that is why we say, na, it is the divine timing.
Yes.
Now, if I say I still, because I believe in this, because I know for the fact that when I was standing in the kitchen, waiting for my, family to come and have the breakfast, I was so sad. I was so extremely sad that I don't know where my life is leading. I was so sad that I, just unconsciously just said, that I really wish किसी दिन तो इन लोगों को मेरी wait करनी पड़े and they realize the importance of time. I didn't know
Okay.
it would come true. It was just a pain. It was just a feeling. And
Okay.
it got manifested. Now I am sitting in this room and my family keeps on waiting. She will come and give us something to eat.
Lovely.
Exactly opposite.
Mm.
I did not imagine it to go that way.
Yes.
If something, to be honest, if something not consciously can be manifested that way, just imagine what we are manifesting. In fact, I to say that we should not actually manifest anything. Reason being, there is a lot in the world, and the God has to give it to somebody. He is there to, bestow all his blessings upon to us. The only thing we need to sit and do is have the connection.
That's it.
We do not need. The next, this one is saying the phase of receptivity, because when you are receptive, you will start receiving. You have to fine tune the frequency at which your receptivity channel opens.
Yes.
Let's read point number 7.
I would
The
just give a reading little. I'm feeling little bit drowsy.
okay,
So
okay.
if I read, I think I can become little active, Karishma.
Yes, yes. Let's hear it from you now.
Yeah. The phase of receptivity. This is how I imagine the seventh phase, the receptive phase of intention. It's simply receptive to all. No one and no thing is rejected by the receptive phase of intention. It welcomes everyone and every living thing without judgment, never granting the power of intention to some and withholding it from others. The receptive phase of intention means to me that all of nature is waiting to be called into action. We only need to be willing to recognize and receive. Intention cannot respond to you if you fail to recognize it. If you see chance and coincidence governing your life and the world, then the universal mind of intention will appear to you as nothing but an amalgamation of forces devoid of any order or power. Simply put, to be unreceptive is to deny yourself access to the power of intention. In order to utilize the all inclusive receptivity of intention, you must produce within yourself an intelligence equal in affinity to the universal mind itself. You must not only become receptive to having guidance available to you to manifest your human intentions, but you must be receptive to giving this energy back to the world. As I have said many times in speeches and early writings, your job is not to say how, it's to say yes. Yes, I am willing. Yes, I know that the power of intention is universal. It's denied to no one. The phase of receptivity smiles on me as what I need to flows as what I need flows to me from the source, and the source is receptive to my tapping into it to co-create books, speeches, videos, audios, and anything else that I have been fortunate enough to have on my resume. By being receptive, I am in harmony with the power of intention of the universal creative force. This works in so many different ways. You will see the right people magically appearing into your life, your body healing, and if it's something that you want, you will even discover yourself becoming a better dancer, card player, or athlete. The field of intention allows everything to emanate into form, and its unlimited potential is built into all that has manifested even before its initial birth pangs were being expressed. In this chapter, you have read about my concept of the seven phases of intention. They are creative, kind, loving, beautiful, ever expanding, endlessly abundant, and receptive to all. And you can connect to this alluring field of intention. Here are five suggestions you can implement now to put into practice the essential message in this chapter. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we need to, expand more on it. Reason being, we have already talked about how it is important for us to get into the receptive mode. It is always showering upon us. It's only that we are not receptive. We are not aware that it is being showered. And we keep on saying, mujhko de do, mujhko de do, mujhko de do. But you have to realize that it is being given to you. You have to clean your bowl. So how they say that once your bowl is clean, then only you can take the prasad in it. You clean your hands before getting prasad at the Gurdwara or Mandir, right? You
Yes.
have to clean your own bowl, your own soul to start being receptive to whatever is being showered. It is being given for each and every soul that is present on this earth plane. But
Yes.
we have to become deservable as well for it. If we keep on doing the ugly things,
Mm-hmm.
it keeps on, putting layers. So we have so many layers of dirt on us. Our soul is not all pure. Yesterday only, there was a beautiful, poem that I actually my mom sent it to me because she wanted it in a handwritten form, and I was writing
Mhm.
it, and it was so beautiful that the master gave him the chair represents your soul. Okay, so the master gave the chair to his, this person, and he told him to start rubbing it. Rubbing the
Okay.
chair means cleaning your soul. When crib and cry, when you bitch around about people, when you badmouth about people, there are so many ways that we keep on collecting dirt on ourselves, right? And on
Yes.
our soul. So the disciple keeps on cleaning the chair, and now from brown he sees the chair to be yellow, and the disciple is extremely happy that the my chair is yellow. Now the master is going to come and sit on the throne. And so he's a little disappointed that even after my soul, the chair is yellow, he's not coming to sit there. Then he goes to the master, and the master says, keep on rubbing it because it is not even yellow, it is actually golden. And when it
Mhm.
becomes golden, is when I'm going to come and sit there. Now, we do not know how many, layers of dirt we have accumulated over this birth
Janma or the
or
previous
the past
Janmas.
janmas.
True.
Exactly.
True.
So we are here to keep on cleaning and scrubbing that by doing the good karma, by
Yeah.
doing while remembering that energy, that universal power, by being grateful towards everything that he has given to us. And one day it will happen that we will sit in meditation and we will realize, oh my God,
True.
he arrived. So we are right now in the phase of cleaning our vessel. It has to turn golden for him.
Exactly.
I'll share that poem in the group as well. It is beautiful poem.
Lovely. Is it in English only, Karishma?
Yes, it's in English.
Yeah, please do send it, dear. I would
Okay.
like to read.
Hello, Mamta.
Hi, good evening,
Good evening.
both of you.
Yeah, good evening, dear.
Shalo,
Yeah.
Pranavi, let's read the 5 suggestions for implementing the ideas in this chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, the 5 suggestions: visualize the power of intention. Invite your visualization of the field of energy, which is the power of intention, to appear in your mind. Be receptive to what appears as you visualize your concept of this field of energy. Even though you know it's invisible, close your eyes and see what images you receive. Recite the 7 words that represent the 7 phases of intention: creative, kind, loving, beautiful, expanding, abundant, and receptive. Memorize these 7 words and use them to bring you to harmony with the power of intention as you visualize it. Remind yourself that when you feel or behave inconsistently with these 7 phases of intention, you have disconnected from the power of intention. Allow the 7 words to decorate your visualization of the power of intention and notice the shift in your perspective as you regain your connection to it.
Wow, this is
Be,
so beautiful. So
yes,
normally speaking, even in Bible, it is said the holy names, right? Even
yes,
in the Guru Granth Sahib, it is written that something to do with the Naam. That is also the names. And there are names that we keep on chanting. So somebody, chants on some mantra, somebody, chants on the names that their guru must have, given them. Somebody, blah, blah, blah. Why guru karega, koi ram ram karega, or somebody will do whatever, the initiation has been done from their guru. The basic
yes,
purpose of it is that the time when you're repeating those names, you are remembering the energy field, right?
Yes.
And it is not that you have to remember it only while you're meditating, but at all times. And we should create that habit of chanting that name or mantra or whatever it is throughout the day, because that will keep us into the connectivity of that energy, and we will make sure that we do not take any wrong step. We will make sure that we are not again, putting some more dirt on our own soul, that we are scrubbing to clean, and we will actually through these names going to clean our soul more and more and more. That is the scrubber that we have been given. Each one of us would be having that. I don't know, somebody
True.
would be doing, Om Namah Shivaya ka jap, somebody would be doing Gayatri mantra or something.
In our system, we use the word constant remembrance. So it's like we have to see if like if I'm sitting for the book reading, I have to think that my master itself is opening the book. My master itself is reading the book. So that you will be in connectivity with the condition given by him to us. So
Absolutely.
as you said, yes, something or the other should be in constant remembrance so that you would be in total receptive to the universe in connection with it as well.
And then we have I don't know, whosoever we visualize as our guru, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or our deity or whatever. That is the ultimate source for any one of us, right? And if
Yes.
we visualize on it, if we contemplate on it, it is quite possible that at all times you find that energy with you. Reason being, you have spent enough time with that energy to feel it every time, all the time around you.
Yeah. Again, you need not recall. I mean, after doing it for so many times, when it becomes a habit,
Right.
you will become him.
Yes, it keeps on constantly being in your own system. You are not doing it from here. It is happening here.
Yes.
Mamta, do you want to share anything on this?
While you were saying about chanting mantra and all that, I just closed my eyes and I did that.
How beautiful this space is now for each one of us to remember. And not everybody is coming here. It is even more sacred. The only people who are aligned with this topic are here right now.
Yes.
All right. Let's go to point number 2.
Be reflective. A mirror reflects without distortion or judgment. Consider being like a mirror and reflect what comes into your life without judgment or opinions. Be unattached to all who come into your life by not demanding that they stay, go, or appear at your whim. Discontinue judging yourself or others for being too fat, too tall, too ugly, too anything. Just as the power of intention accepts and reflects you without judgment or attachment, try to be the same with what appears in your life. Be like a mirror.
Wow. It is like accepting whatever comes your way with all devotion, all love, all acceptance without judging. I don't know if you understand this line or not. ज्यों ज्यों तेरा हुक्म तिवें त्यों होना. जैसा जैसा आपका हुक्म होगा वैसा ही होगा, और जो आप दोगे उसको मैं एक्सेप्ट करूंगी. Be it good, be it bad. I will not judge it as good or bad. I will accept it as it is.
Beautiful.
That is the kind of surrenderance that we can aspire for. We are not there yet, but we can
We
aspire
should
to.
get for that kind of, I mean, we should do sadhana in such a way that you would be in that condition, that phase of surrenderness. It comes with the sadhana all itself. So, yeah. Expect beauty. This suggestion includes expecting kindness and love along with beauty to be in your life By deeply loving yourself, your surroundings, and by showing reverence for all of life. There is always something beautiful to be experienced wherever you are. Right now, look around you and select beauty as your focus. This is so different from habitually being alert for ways to feel hurt, angry, or offended. Expecting beauty helps you perceive the power of intention in your life. Meditate on appreciation. Cherish the energy that you share with all living beings now and in the future, and even those that have lived before you. Feel the surge of that life force that allows you to think, sleep, move about, digest, and even meditate. The power of intention responds to your appreciation of it. The life force that's in your body is key to what you desire. As you appreciate your life force as representative of the power of intention, a wave of determination and knowing surges through you. The wisdom of your soul as it responds to your meditation on appreciation assumes command and knows every step that must be taken. Yeah, is there anything to discuss among this?
Um, Anybody wants to share anything? I don't know. I'm good to go. I mean, this is very, we have been speaking about it all through the chapter
Yes,
as well.
yes. Banish doubt. When doubt is banished, abundance flourishes and anything is possible. We all tend to use our thoughts to create the world we choose. If you doubt your ability to create the life you intend, then you're refusing the power of intention. Even when nothing seems to indicate that you're accomplishing what you desire in your life, refuse to entertain doubt. Remember, the trolley strap of intention is waiting for you to float up and be carried along. Shakespeare declared, "Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt." And Ramana Maharshi observed, doubts arise because of an absence of surrenderness. Doubts arise because of an absence of surrenderness. You may well choose to doubt what others say to you or what you experience with your senses, but banish doubt when it comes to knowing that a universal force of intention designed you and got you here. I want to repeat this. Banish doubt when it comes to knowing that a universal force of intention designed you and got you here. Don't doubt your creation from a field of energy that's always available to you. The following chapter, I offer what may seem to you to be unusual methods for polishing the connecting link between you and this enthralling energy field we are calling intention.
Wow, beautiful. I normally say whenever you worry, whenever you doubt, that is the breach of faith and surrenderance in that power. It should, it's not about even should, it will only appear when there is absence of that faith. And when I think of it, it feels like, how foolish of us to be scared or fearful or restrictive of ourselves, thinking, हाय ये कैसे होगा, ये मैं कैसे करूंगी. जस्ट इमेजिन ना, मेरे पापा मेरे साथ चल रहे हैं, मेरे साथ साथ चल रहे हैं, और ही इज टेलिंग चल कर, वही तो आइडिया दे रहे हैं, तब मेरे को किस चीज का डर.
Yes.
Anybody wants to share anything?
I love those lines, Karishma. The author was telling that You doubt what the others are saying. You doubt what you are saying to yourself, because these are all the belief patterns we are creating it. That may be doubtful because it's we who are creating it. But banish the doubt about the creating force, which is the real reality. So that is really good. I mean, I felt
Like it's
some.
touching the heart.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
And
Mamta is ever smiling only, you know. Yeah, funny. Yeah.
There is one more reason of my smile today.
Let's hear.
The last paragraph. It is my today's experience actually.
Wow. Let's hear. Let's hear about
In the morning when I wake up, I had a beautiful dream from where I got a strength that yes, whatever path I am following, I'm on the right path and I'm blessed. You know, there and then I paid gratitude. But in the mid of the day, like, yeah, I missed your session because I was sleeping badly, but in a deep state, you know. I I woke up at around 3:30 and I 3:30, yeah. But उस time पे क्या था? I'll tell you, before sleeping, I was doing my some sort of study, which was pending since long, right? So after doing that, एक बार ना वो state ऐसा आ जाता है, you are blank. It was that kind of a state. फिर मेरे को वो थोड़ा सा डाउटफुल वाला चीज रहा. आई कनेक्ट टू माई मेंटर. ठीक है, तो सर ने बोला 4 o'clock कनेक्ट करते हैं. 3:30 उठी, मुझे कोई होप नहीं थी मैं 4 बजे कनेक्ट करूंगी समहाउ. मैंने कहा जाने दे, कोई बात नहीं, देखा जाएगा. ही कॉल्ड मी अप, you know, and when we discussed about what kind of guidance I am seeking from him today, he called me, he spoke to me around 15-20 minutes and filled me up with the energy that Mamta, why you are doubting? You have everything available with you. You just don't come up in this trap of fears and do whatever you want, you know? And whenever he says such kind of things, na, so you can say कि मेरी गाड़ी चल पड़ती है. He works as a trolley step for me.
Just
So,
imagine. Just imagine. How
yes.
beautiful is that?
And after that, I have completed my another session today for both the modalities, for the astro and for the healing both. I late joined because I was in that session actually. So I'm filled up with my energy today. I'm happy and blessed.
मैं ये कह रही हूँ, just imagine when a mentor, a guide in human form, क्योंकि हम उनको देख पा रहे हैं, because he is actually talking to us in our own language, the words, है ना? उन्होंने कुछ बोला, तो how beautifully you got revived. All those words in the form of energy are flowing to you every single day, every single moment.
Actually, the kind of confidence he showed in me ना, तो उसी से ही मुझे बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि मैं अपनी मेरी गाड़ी दोबारा से पाथ पे चलने लग गई है. और अगर कोई डाउट आता है तो आई रिकॉल ऑल हिज वर्ड्स, कि उन्होंने क्या बोला है, कैसे करना है. लीव ऑल द थिंग्स. So I'm blessed where I am and I seek blessings for all.
Wonderful. Pranavi, do you want to share anything? Pranavi सो गई.
Oh no, I'm here, but it was on mute. I'm so sorry.
हाँ.
I somehow like these words, Karishma. As you appreciate your life force as a representative of the power of intention, a wave of determination and knowing surges through you. So it's like if you, I mean, I think it's a kind of gratitude. Only with this particular gratitude only, you'll get a wave of determination and knowing that keeps pulling you from inside. The wisdom of your soul as it responds to your meditation on appreciation, as it assumes as a command. So, like if you're in gratitude, you will be in touch with the universe, and then the wisdom of your soul itself, it has it by its own nature. It responds to your meditation, meditation and on appreciation. It just assumes as a command and knows every step that must be taken. So somewhere he's telling that this gratitude is directly proportional to that, the stimulation of your soul, and through that soul, it has something which knows every step of our life. So that I somehow liked it. I mean, maybe I can say that it's the takeaway as well from the.
तो हाईलाइट करके टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट एंड पुट इट इन द चैट. कोई भी नहीं डालता है.
I would do it right now. I'm on Kindle, so I can do that. Yeah.
Well,
Done.
wonderful. And Mamta is saying now I'm curiously waiting for our next live session of Rise and Shine team. What are you curious about?
To attend it
Live.
offline.
Wonderful. All right, we will be meeting on Monday for the next chapter. Next chapter is talking about पता चल गया इंटेंशन क्या है, इंटेंशन के फेसेस क्या है, अभी कनेक्ट कैसे करना है इंटेंशन के साथ. सो दैट इज कनेक्टिंग टू इंटेंशन. We'll be meeting on Monday at 10 p.m. and we'll read about it. Tomorrow and day after, we have a Growth X weekend wherein we meet, we talk about what are our learnings. Since we have very few number of people in these sessions right now, so I am going to invite one of the guest speakers to talk about their niche on Saturday. Of course, that will not be too far from whatever we are doing because I want to bring in more value. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं कुछ अलग कुछ बात करवाने वाली हूं उनसे. So, if you are available tomorrow at 1 p.m., you're most welcome to attend. All right.
एक करिश्मा कुछ AI बेस्ड का ट्रेनिंग भी दे दो हमें.
I'll do that. I'll bring every kind of mentor. Pranavi, do you want to say something?
Nothing much, dear.
All right. All right. Good night. Take good care of yourself. If you are meeting me tomorrow at 1 p.m., great. If we are not meeting, have a beautiful, wonderful, peaceful, joyful weekend. Enjoy it and stay in the energy.
You
Always
too, dear.
remember, he is with you.
Yes. So sweet.
God bless. God bless.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
darlings. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.